Rotary plays a big part throughout the world, but indeed Cornwall and West Devon as well. I'm here with Stephen Lay. Stephen, can you explain your role within the Rotary?
Yes, I'm about to take over as the District Governor for Cornwall and West Devon. We have 41 clubs throughout that area and approximately 1,200 Rotarians. I'm extremely proud to represent this district. We're the home of shelter box, and if you look around the hall today, you'll see a number of other projects that we are instrumental in. One of those is the Overseas Project Team, where I describe it as Rotary International's largest recycling program. What it is, we take old service equipment like fire engines, ambulances, Land Rovers, computers, refurbish them and send them around the world, largely to Eastern Europe. 61 convoys, 19 fire engines, 7 Land Rovers. It's amazing what the Rotarians in this district do.
And can you tell us what exactly is going on here tonight?
Okay, Rotary, as you said, is an international organisation. We've got 1.25 million Rotarians in 200 countries. I represent Rotary International within this district, and I have to deliver certain messages to all of our Rotarians, and that is the purpose of what we call District Assembly. It's setting the scene for the oncoming Rotary year, which starts on the 1st of July.
And there's children involved in tonight, and why is that?
Well, we're very much involved in helping our youngsters achieve their potential, whether they're high achievers or middle stream. And what we've done is we've given these youngsters an opportunity to come here and tell my fellow Rotarians how they have engaged with Rotary recently. We have a team from Youth Speaks. In fact, we've got the best speakers from our Youth Speaks competition through the district to talk to the Rotarians today about the eradication of polio. The world doesn't really know that we are literally this close to eradicating polio. And I say we because Rotary started this in 1988. We convinced the World Health Organization and UNICEF to get involved. And the incidence of polio has decreased from about 350,000 cases to 23 this year so far. So we are this close. And my message, and the youngsters' message to the Rotarians will be, Rotary, please close this, okay? And we have a team of youngsters going to talk on that subject, and they were having fun doing this, okay? One of those youngsters has only been in this country for 3 years. She's from Kurdistan, and she won one of the Best Speaker awards in the junior section in Youth Speaks, and Rotary Youth Speaks. I think that's amazing.
My name is Vala Salah. I am your chairman today. I am from Manchester Primary School in Plymouth. I came to this country from Kurdistan 3 years ago, and I recently won the Best Junior Youth Speaks in your Rotary district. To my right is Molly Clemens, who will be the main speaker. Molly comes from Crane Primary School near Camborne. Only a few minutes ago, I found out that your district governor-elect Stefan went to the same primary school many years ago. Molly was a speaker in one of the winning Youth Speak teams this year when she spoke about the important effect Paralympics had on sports at the Olympics. To my left is Eva Edriff Anderson from Humphrey Davies School in Penzance. Eva won the District Youth Speaks Intermediate Best Speaker. She will give a vote of thanks. We have been invited to talk to you this evening about polio and how you are this close to eradicating it from the world. In Youth Speak presentations, we would like to involve our audience. So, Rotarians, if you see any of us doing this, please could you also do this? Can you show us now? We want to be sure that you are really listening. Let's practice. Very good. I am a little surprised that we are asked to tell you about polio eradications. After all, it was through Rotary and Rotarians that the story started in the first place. As you know, for the last 30 years, Rotarians here and around the world are trying to make sure that children throughout the world are vaccinated so that they don't suffer from polio. All of you here today are responsible for raising money to help with this project. Indeed, some of you may have been able to help by going abroad and actually vaccinating children in other countries. Isn't polio a problem that only affects people in foreign countries? Why should we worry about it here, today, in England, when the last cases of polio were reported years ago when our grandparents were young? I don't know anyone who has been recently affected by polio. Put your hands up if you know anyone that has been recently affected by polio. So, it looks as though in this country we don't need to worry about polio anymore. Or do we? Please listen carefully to Molly, and then you'll understand why we still need to end polio now. One more practice.
Thank you, Vala, and good evening, everyone. My name is Molly, and I live near Campbell. I would like to talk to you this evening about polio and the importance of protecting children throughout the world against this illness. What exactly is polio, and why do we need to stop it spreading? It is a disease that can spread very easily and quickly. It is a disease that can cripple and kill. Although none of my friends have been affected by this illness, I know that when my grandparents were young, many children became ill and were crippled because they had polio. They had to wear heavy iron supports on their legs to help them walk again, and some even died because of this nasty infectious disease. It could not be prevented then because there was no vaccination in those days. And so the virus spread and affected thousands of children. But why is it that none of my friends have been affected by polio when it was such a dangerous disease in the past? The answer to that question is Rotary. The Polio Plus programme was started by Rotarians in 1985 to try to stop this disease from spreading. But in 1988, they could see that more needed to be done. Polio at that time was still affecting 350,000 people. That was one person a minute across 125 different countries. Polio needed to be eradicated from the whole world to stop it spreading. But how could Rotary manage to eradicate polio from the whole world? It was an enormous problem, just as Vala, Eva and I are working together to give you this presentation. Other organisations, such as the United Nations and the World Health Organization, were needed to join Rotary's team, and they have worked together since then to end polio now. Under the leadership of Rotary, this team has made a great deal of progress. For example, in Vala's country of Kurdistan, the last polio case was reported in 2000, and Ruxa, a little 3-year-old girl, was the last person in India to have contracted polio. This year, there have only been 18 cases of polio reported throughout the whole world. Rotary really are this close to eradicating polio. This is an amazing achievement, but there are still children who have not yet been immunised. It is difficult and dangerous for health workers to get some remote areas like Afghanistan. Also, even when everyone has been immunised, vaccinations must continue for another 4 years after we've seen the last case of polio. This project will, of course, continue to cost an enormous amount of money and effort from the members of Rotary. So on behalf of children of the world, on behalf of the 7 million children who have not contracted polio since 1988, and on behalf of future generations, thank you for all the work you have done in the past. And please don't give up until polio is completely eradicated. Do you remember the hand signals Vala showed you? Rotary is now this close to eradicating polio. Please close the gap and end polio now, okay?
contests, it's the proposer's job to thank the chairperson, the speaker, the organisers and the audience. So I'd like you to join me in showing your appreciation to Vala, our chairperson, and to Molly, who I'm sure you will agree gave an extremely interesting and thought-provoking speech. In addition, I would like to thank each one of you Rotarians for what you have done in helping to eradicate polio. Thank you on behalf of all the children in the far-to-reach parts of the world, from Afghanistan, Pakistan, India and Nigeria. We wish to say an almighty thank you to each and every one of you for what you have done, to giving them the chance to be free from polio with their friends and families. This evening, I hope we have reminded you what brilliant things you have achieved through your hard work in eradicating polio and your global good work. The entire world will benefit from this victory, and you, the Rotarians, will be responsible for seizing this opportunity of a lifetime. We believe that every child deserves the chance to a healthy life, and through the provisions of vaccines, Rotarians such as yourselves and others have worked to ensure a better future for millions of children around the world. Right now, you have a unique opportunity to wipe out a disease for good and see an end to polio. We call on you to make the most of this final window of opportunity and fully support polio eradication through to the end. Together, we can create a brighter future for the world's children, beginning with a future free from polio. Rotary, you are this close. Rotary, please close this. Okay? Let's do that together. Rotary, you are this close. Rotary, please close this. Okay? At this stage, I would like to call on Rotarian Bill Clark of Trewithen Dairy to say a few words on how you can help. Please close this. Okay?
Hi, I'm Nick. I'm the president of our Interact Club.
And I'm Charlie, and I'm the vice president.
And I'm Catherine. And I'm Katie, the secretary of Interact Club. Penryn College has become only the second school in Cornwall to form a youth arm of the Rotary Club. Interact Club, short for International Action, are for ages 12 to 18 and sponsored by local Rotary clubs. The aim of the Penryn College Interact Club is to develop members' leadership skills and self-confidence through teamwork, whilst raising money for charity. The club has been supported by the Rotary Club of Penryn and worked closely with Jim Henderson, Penryn Rotary Club's president-elect, his wife Jean, and Penryn's mayor Gil Grant, who are both Rotarians. Here are just a couple of the projects we have been involved with over the last 12 months.
Okay, so one of the community projects we did was Kids Out, which is where we help disadvantaged children. So we spent the day at Flambard's, a local fun helping theme park for disadvantaged children from the local area to enjoy a day of fun. We're looking forward to going again this year on the 12th of June 2013.
So, Penryn College do The Apprentice. Shame we don't have sun and sugar here, but never mind. So, our competition began in the spring term in January 2013, launched to the members with a special visit from Naomi Han. Series 3 contestants. We were split into teams.
Each team was given £25 from the Rotary Club of Penryn to start their charity fundraising challenge.
Each team was given 2 months to raise as much money as possible for an initial £25 float.
The team that raised the most money won a prize.
The Penryn College Interact Club has raised a total of £950. With 20 people in the club, so that's not too bad. So, the money raised together with match funding will enable us to send 10 boxes up to Zambia from literacy in a box, We're looking forward to spending the day packing the boxes at school on 17th of May 2013. We would like to take this opportunity to say a huge thank you to the Rotary Club of Penryn for all their support.